sorry, that cut out. So what I was saying was an animal doesn't have a to-do list. A baby doesn't have a to-do list. None of these, they're not worried about all that they have to accomplish, all the thoughts going on in their head. What did so-and-so say to me? What does that mean? I have all these projects I want to do. They don't have the guilt, the worry, all these things. And they are sleeping. They're eating, they're sleeping, they're eating, they're sleeping, they're moving, they're eating, they're sleeping, they're moving, and they're out in nature. So that is, that's what's happening with animals. And with our babies, that's what's happening with our children. They're going to bed early. Now, as we start to get into being a teenager, everybody will say, oh, teenagers need more sleep. They're always sleeping in. They're sleeping in. Oh, when she was a teenager, she slept in, all the time. Well, no. What they're doing is they're starting to go to bed late. They're staying up, they're watching TV, they're staying up with their friends. They're suddenly, where they used to be going to bed at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30 at the maximum as children. Now they are having 11 o'clock, 11:30 bedtimes for teenagers. So of course they're sleeping in. They need the additional 3-4 hours in the morning that they're suddenly not getting at night. So their body is just doing what nature intended, and it is fixing that sleep deficit rather than what we do as adults is we stay up till 11:30 midnight, but we aren't guilt-free like teenagers who don't have jobs to go to, who don't have all these things going on, and who, they don't worry and have the same guilt about sleeping in. So they allow their body to get the extra 3 hours in the morning, and they're still getting adequate, maybe less, but adequate sleep because they're allowing their bodies to sleep in. Whereas adults, we feel like we have to get up. We have to get up. We have things to do. We'll be lazy bums if we sleep in. We have jobs. We have children. We have all these things. We have to get up. And so we stay up late and we get up early and we create a sleep deficit for ourselves that is so hard to recover from. So in order to fix this, you need to get your 8 to 10 hours of sleep, or even more if you're sick, and your body knows how much sleep it needs, and you have to listen. So one of the things is if you have a chronic disease or if you have an illness, one of the things that you probably have that go along with it is you have a chronic fatigue syndrome or low adrenals, where you feel tired all the time. You have low energy. No matter what, you always feel like you're dragging, you feel tired, you get headaches, all these things. If you're sick, you likely 90% also have, a fatigue issue. And that means you need more sleep. People say, oh, you need adaptogenic herbs, you need all these things to support your adrenals and all these different foods. No, you need sleep. Your body is telling you, you feel tired because you are tired. You are tired. You are chronically tired, and your body is sick, and it knows it cannot heal without sleep, so it is making you feel tired. And that is why you feel tired all day long, no matter what is going on. You need sleep, and your body's telling you need sleep, and you are looking to fix your chronic fatigue syndrome with things other than sleep. And it's ridiculous. You need sleep. So one of the things that you need to do to be able to sleep is once the sun goes down, and these tips are on another site, but we start to bring it down. We start to bring down the lights. We start to bring down things to ease us into sleep. But really, when you're sick or when things are going wrong, as soon as you feel tired, like you're starting to get groggy, you yawn, you might say to your husband, I'm exhausted, or I feel exhausted, I'm exhausted. Or when it's the kids' bedtime, or when, anything like this, 7, 8 o'clock, whatever, and you feel sleepy, that is your cue to get into bed and go to sleep. That is the first and only cue that your body needs. It's telling you that you're sleepy. And if you do not heed this advice, what will happen is your mind will start to say, but I need to stay awake, but I have things to do. I have all the stuff that I need to prepare for tomorrow. I can't go to sleep yet. The kids, I just put them down. Now I need my downtime, my relaxing time, my TV time. So if you don't heed the advice of your body and you don't go to sleep when it feels tired after the sun goes down, and you tell yourself you want to do all these other things, whether it's a want or a need, if you need to get certain things done, or you want your own alone time and to watch TV and to watch all these shows, suddenly your body will get its second wind. And most of you know what a second wind feels like. All of a sudden you start to get more energy. You start to have, you were exhausted a few hours ago and now you feel like you can stay up and watch TV. You could stay up and watch TV longer. You start to get into the flow of work. You start to have all this energy that you didn't have, and you psychologically think, well, I'm a night owl, or I got my second wind. Isn't this great? I have all this energy. But here's the truth. You are robbing yourself of sleep. You are stealing sleep from yourself in the second wind, in the second wind state, in the state of flow or secondary energy. When you get that pick me up and you decide I'm going to get this done, and then your energy comes to life, or I'm going to go out to this party, or I'm going to go socialize, or go to this movie, or sit down and watch this TV show, or clean my house, or whatever. You're creating a false second wind. And that is because when people a long time ago would get tired when the sun went down, and our ancestors would get tired and they would go to sleep, if they needed a second wind, it was because some emergency state was going on. There was a wild animal that could have been stalking them, fire, anything going on where they needed a second wind and they needed to get up and get something done. It was because it was probably an emergency situation. So our body is used to creating this sort of like second wind energetic feeling, but it's false. It's false. It is a feeling that's not real. And you're stealing from your sleep. If you are in a second wind, you're stealing from your sleep. And then you feel like it's too late to go to bed. Why? Because your hormones have started to do something different. The melatonin is not kicking in. Your sleep hormones are not kicking in. Your cortisol is still up. All these different things that are not supposed to be up are up. And now you have a hard time going to sleep. So if you miss your window of opportunity when you first feel tired after the sun goes down and you don't listen to it, then you get into a state of, well, I can't go to sleep, or I feel tired, but I'm so wired, and I have all these things to do, and now I can't sleep, and you start to get insomnia and all these things. So everybody knows, with children, when they're tired after a long day of exercise or working hard and you put them to bed, they have a wonderful night's sleep. But if you miss that window of opportunity, they're up, they're down, they're asking for water, all these things are going on, and it's harder for them to fall asleep and get a good sleep. So the same goes for sleeping in. If you wake up and you're exhausted and you feel like you need more sleep, go back to sleep. If you can possibly go back to sleep, go back to sleep. We've all had those mornings where, we wake up and it feels natural. The sun comes in our room, we feel like it's time to get out of bed. We have that energy. We want to get up. We couldn't sleep longer if we possibly tried. We know it's instinctually time to get up, and even if it's 6 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 and it's a weekend, if you feel like it's time to get up, there's nothing you can do to go back to sleep. Your body will want you to get up. At the same token, if you wake up, we've all had those mornings where you just feel terrible if you get up. You have to go have coffee, you're stumbling around, you're cranky, you're irritable, you're almost feeling like hungover. It's like you're hungover from your second wind. So if you do stay up late at night, you drink alcohol, you stay up, you have coffee, you have stimulants, you go to parties, you watch a lot of TV, when you wake up in the morning, you usually almost feel hungover. You feel nothing's working properly. You're dysregulated. You are paying for that sleep deficit. And you say, well, I'm not a morning person. No, that's not the case. The case is you didn't get enough sleep. When you're sick, you need even more sleep. You need to listen to those cues. So if your body says, I'm tired at night, sleep. If you get up in the morning and your body says, I'm too tired, then sleep. If you are in the middle of the afternoon and you are dragging and you are like, I cannot possibly go another second, I need sleep, then sleep. These are all signs that your body is telling you that you need sleep. It needs to catch up on maybe months, years of a sleep deficit, and you need to allow your body to do that in order to heal. You can't keep stealing energy from your body, your cells, your brain, everything, and expect to heal. You need to catch it up. So you can't oversleep. If your body allows you to sleep 15 hours a day, then that's how much sleep it needs. But my guess is if you sleep every night for 10 hours, you won't want a nap. You won't require a nap. You'll feel fine when you're up during the day. But at the first sign of feeling tired, go to sleep. And a lot of people are afraid of naps. They're like, well, if I sleep during the day, then I won't sleep at night. And sometimes, yes, this can be true. But you need to sleep when your body wants you to sleep. Just like animals, just like babies, and just like people who are chronically ill or have chronic fatigue syndrome. If your body is telling you to sleep, even in the middle of the day, nap, wake up, whatever you have to do, you have to get the sleep. And at the first sign of feeling tired at night after the sun goes down, go to sleep. Okay? Just fall into bed. Don't wait to catch your second wind. Don't wait until it's too late. And in the morning, sleep as long as you can, especially on the weekends, especially when you can. Let your body sleep. And try not to wake it up with an alarm, if at all possible. Let your body wake up when it wants to wake up, when it feels good to wake up, when it's natural to wake up. Get the clocks out of your room. It doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't matter. I know a lot of people say, well, I wake up in the middle of the night and I don't know if it's 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock, so I can't go back to sleep because it doesn't matter. If you require sleep, sleep. Try not to worry about the time. Try to go to bed when it naturally feels tired for you to do so, and wake up when you feel energized and ready to wake up. You're kidding yourself if you think that you can heal yourself with diet, supplements, even detox, all of it. Relationships are so, fresh air outside. I mean, we need, aside from fresh air and water, which we absolutely 100% need, and some food, sleep is by far the most important thing for your body. Require it every day. And most of us put sleep at the bottom of the list. Either we can't sleep because we have insomnia or pacing. You don't want to use sleep aids. You don't want to use anything that can do anything. TVs, all these things that can mess with our sleep. If you're sick and you want to get well, and let me say this again, if you're sick and you want to get well and you're doing everything that it can possibly take, you're running your mind, you're thinking about it constantly, you're doing all these things, you're using energy. You are using so much energy to do all these things to try to get well, and your body requires sleep. If you want to get well and you're sick, you must sleep. You must sleep as often and as long and as peaceful as you can, and you must fall in love with sleep. Tell your body that you need sleep. Get rid of the guilt associated with sleep, going to bed early, waking up, not sleeping in. Allow your body to sleep. Make peace with sleep. Tell your body that it's as important as water, food, or anything else that you might be doing to try to get well. Put it at the top of the list. Make peace with it. Learn to love it. Learn to listen to your body. Sleep, sleep, and sleep. I wish you a good sleep.